You know what's going to set you apart from a lot of people very fast. Not the way you dress, not the way you talk, not where you live, but the thing that will set you apart from people very fast will be your wisdom. Because ignorance will despise the wise. Come on now, catch them diamonds. Your wisdom will set you apart from people. It is your knowledge that will set you apart from people. You have to understand, when wisdom step into a room, those who lack that will despise you. Because your wisdom reminds them of their regrets. Your wisdom will remind them of their mistakes. Come on now. It is your wisdom that will set you apart. This is called the good separation. Because either you are breaking the toxic cycles that you were brought up around, or either you are maintaining those toxic cycles. This is why you see a lot of children that grow up who repeat the patterns of their parents versus those who break it. It's harder to break those cycles when you are not maintaining any knowledge, when you are not maintaining any wisdom. It is harder to break them. See, I see the argument of people saying, well, if you're not in a relationship or not married, you can't speak on it. But you got to realize that people are not speaking from a place of status, but we speak from a place of wisdom. Come on now, catch them diamonds. I don't have to tell you about your parenting skills and have a child, because nobody understands more than a child. A lot of us grew up with parents who were not developed. So we learn way more being somebody's child than becoming somebody's parent. Come on, catch them diamonds. It is about the knowledge that you maintain during those cycles of your life. See, most people who still are in relationships or have children, they still can't wrap their minds around what's going on and how to make their life better. Because it is the wisdom that you lack, or the knowledge that you lack. When you are the child that was mishandled, it will teach you a lot more about how to handle your own children when they come into this world. The reason why a lot of people have childhood trauma is because their parents passed the trauma to them. Their parents passed the trauma. Then you passed the trauma. It is a repeat. It is a cycle. It's either you are continuing to make the same cycle, or either you're getting ready to break that same cycle. Because we speak from a place not of status, but of wisdom and of knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Not status, but knowledge is what you learn along the way. It is what you are obtaining along the way. This will help you become a better parent. What did you learn along the way? Because here's what we're dealing with: a society of people who never had a chance to evolve. And there's a small group of people in this world that got a chance to evolve because life didn't go so fast for them. Some kind of way God sheltered them from going down those same paths. Some kind of way God put them out to be the chain breaker. Some kind of way God put knowledge and wisdom in their life so they can speak. Come on now, catch them diamonds. There's some people that already just have it. There are some of you who are already just going to be that chain breaker, who learned from your childhood, who learned from your old relationships. You don't have to be in a relationship to give people wisdom. Come on now. Because you have experience. Life is its best teacher. We don't speak from a place of status. Remember, you speak from a place of wisdom and knowledge. And let's go all the way there. Let's get uncomfortable for a second. How many of you was mishandled as a child? And you thought to yourself, when I have children, I will never treat my children that way. Just to have children and end up repeating that same cycle, even when you didn't mean to. It just hit you. One day in the middle of saying something to your child, you realize, I sound like my mama. Man, I sound like my daddy. Man, I sound like my family and how they used to talk to me. and you felt guilty. See how easy it is to repeat that cycle when we do not develop within. This is why we got to take our time when we bring in new life into the world, because it ain't nothing to play with, and we don't want to mishandle our own. How many of you have ever witnessed your parents or your family members being in a terrible relationship, so terrible, and you told yourself whenever you get married, get in a relationship, you will never allow that, just to get into a relationship and allow that? It is easy to fall right back into those cycles when we don't spend time with that self-development, that wisdom, that knowledge. You got to have time to grow in life. Your status does not give you wisdom. It is your experience and really learning from it along the way. A lot of people will repeat the same things over and over and still not qualified to help nobody because they still have not broke the chains in their life. Come on now, catch them diamonds. Let's keep it all the way real. This is why I said your wisdom will separate you from a lot of your friends, because a lot of them have followed each other. I call it the walking blind. And when you happen to be the one who can see, they outnumber you. And it makes it seem like you can't see, but really you can. Most of the groups out here are going to outnumber you because most people will fall into that same cycle in life. And they will reject wisdom whenever they see it coming. Because like I told you, wisdom will remind them of their mistakes and their regrets. And the problem is people try to defend their mistakes and their regrets. Catch them diamonds. We talking heavy. Let me close this message with something real. There was this guy that came to me a few years back. He said, listen, I just need your thoughts, your opinion on something. Me and my daughter are having a hard time. You know, I feel like when I go around her, it's like she rejects me. Like she don't show the love, like she's bothered by me. But what he don't know and what he didn't remember is a situation that had happened that has broke that daughter's trust for him. He was no longer a hero to her. See, this is what I mean by life. See, God has a way of lining things up and bringing it right back to you. But will you receive the new knowledge and that wisdom? So I brought to his attention, I said, do you remember when she was around 11 years old, 12 years old? You got all in her face, all because she was on her cell phone. You jumped in her face like she was a man on the street because you don't know how to communicate and say, put your phone down for a while and let's just watch the movie. Y'all get off y'all phones. He jumped in that little girl's face like she was another man in the street. I seen every part of that little girl break in front of me. It was so embarrassing. And I remember being around my early 20s, so I was old enough to understand what was going on as a woman and also having a father myself. I know what it looks like when daddy is no longer my hero, when daddy is just another villain in this world. And when I say he was in her face, I mean in her face, growling like a pit bull. I didn't even know what to do. And all she said, Daddy, you hurting me. Let me go. I mean, just hovering over her. Anger. And I know maybe you angry in life because I know it wasn't about that. Because I've seen this same behavior on this guy before. When he finally let her loose because people was looking at him, she ran to the bathroom in tears. He was no longer her hero. And ever since then, she's had that same attitude. I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like. I brought that to his attention. He got quiet. But when he could not handle the thought of that being one of the reasons why, he said, nah, that ain't it. Ignorance will despise the wise. I said, listen, I'm a woman. I have a father, so I know. She doesn't trust you anymore, and you never apologized, and you never fixed it. This is why I say it doesn't matter because you're a parent. It's all about what you are learning. Your status doesn't qualify you. It is your wisdom. But when you continue to reject wisdom, you will continue to repeat that cycle with your own children. Catch them diamonds.